Hey everybody, Patty Ann here. Hey, today I'm going to show you a quick video on how I was able to do this image. I just got this little art from Creative Fabrica and I turned it from just artwork into stitches easily. But if you'll notice on this one on the left, right here between this circle and this circle, there's a jump stitch right there. My machine usually trims jump stitches, my NQ 1700E. However, if the jump stitches are too short, it doesn't trim them. So if you look up at my screen right here, and this is where I'm talking about right here, this is the first dot and the second, and there's the little tiny jump stitch right here that did not get cut. So what did I do? I changed it. Look over here at the red one. There's no jump stitch between those two dots. And look up here at my screen, and you'll see there's dot number 1 and dot number 2. And I changed where this one ended and where this one started. Notice it's a longer jump stitch, and that told my machine, hey, cut that thing. Don't leave that long jump stitch. So let's head into the machine or the embroidery software. This is Embrilliance Stitch Artist Level 1 only. I have my machine or my software fixed, so that's all that you can see on here, so you don't get confused. I do have every single letter, every single level from Embrilliance because I like it. Anyway, there's links for it down below if you're interested. So let's get started on how to digitize this, and I bet you'll have as much fun as I've been having. Look, I've been doing this for days, just learning. The more you do, the better you become. There's a cupcake that I found, and I made it say happy birthday. And there's some more in this stack over here. Did you get the idea? Let's get started. So the first thing I want to show you how to do is to get started. So let's open up a new page by just coming up here and clicking on new. Opens up a new page. Now I'm going to bring in an image, the background image. And I have to have the create mode on. So if I don't have this little thing right here that signifies create or create design clicked on, I won't be able to see over here where I can bring in the image. So I've got to click that on, and now I can see the word image here, and I can browse for it. As I said, I got it from Creative Fabrica, so the image I used is this one right here, and I'll say open. Well, I did go ahead and change its size a little bit, just about like that, which is good. And the next thing I can do if I want to, if that's too dark of an image and I won't be able to see very well, I can, where I'm placing my stitches, I can click on this image, and notice over here that opens up the properties box, and I can change its transparency. I can make it down to so transparent you can't even see it, or just make it a little bit transparent like that. Hopefully you can see it well enough. So say okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how I'm going to go ahead and stitch this. Okay, I'm going to scroll in a little bit because I'm going to start down here. So I've got to put my create mode on again, and I'm going to come to here which says draw with points. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to click. Every time I click, it's going to put down a node or a stitch, and I don't have to put too many because it'll fill in the blanks. When I get to the end of where I want to be right here, I'll click and then right click, and then I can come up here and say put a run stitch on that. So notice over here it's a run stitch, and I'll do that a little bit more slowly in a second. I do not want it to just be a plain run stitch or a single. I want it to be a bean, and I think I'll make it a 3-pass bean, which means it's going to go forward, backwards, and forwards, okay? So notice on this now, it's going to start stitching right here, and it's going to end right here, okay? Okay, the next thing I wanted to do is this line right here. So I'm going to start right here. So I need to come up here to create again, draw with points, and I'm going to start right here, click. I'm going to hold down my shift key because this is a corner or a cusp. And if I hold down my shift key, it will allow that to work really well. So I'm still holding down my shift because there's another corner here. Still holding my shift, a corner and a corner. And I'm going to right click to end it. Okay, you're saying to yourself, that looks really crummy, Patty Ann. Well, we're going to fix it in just a jiffy, so watch. First, we're going to come up here and put the run stitch on. Automatically, it remembers what we used last. Then when I place my cursor over that stitching line again, there's that backward S that allows me to move these perfectly, just like this. Okay, and now that looks really good. The thing is though, let's check this out in the stitch. Let's do this instead. I'm going to go to Utility, no, View and Jumps. Notice there's a jump stitch right here now, and in my final product I didn't have any jump stitches. So how can we fix that? Let's check it out. I'm going to go back here. Let's see. Here's where this one ended, and this one started over here. I'm going to change that starting position to there. And now notice there aren't any jump stitches. The jump stitches are shown by those little dotted lines. So I'll show you that again in a minute. But let's see what's going to happen now. It's going to do that, and then it's going to do a single stitch till it gets over here. This is single, single, single till it gets here, and then it's going to start doing the bean stitch again. So that's perfect, just what we want. And it ends right here. So now I think I'll start right here for the next part. So that's kind of far away. I could start right here if I wanted to and end, but I think I'll just start right here and let's see what we get. So again, create, draw with points here. I'm going to make this a cusp by holding down my shift key. Going to go around here and here. Notice that it's not following this edges very good, but you saw how easy it was to fix that. Hold down my shift for another corner or cusp, and hold down my shift here, and then I'm going to right click to end it. Now I didn't bring these two pieces together perfectly, and I didn't want to. I wanted to end it by coming up here to this little thing that sort of looks like a tomato, and it says close open outline. When I click on that, it's going to close this outline perfectly. Can you see that red line that's in there now? So I'm going to change these to run stitches again, and there they are, beans, and I'm going to fix these. Remember, when I get the little backward S on the line, I can, whoopsie, move. My computer wasn't cooperating. There we go. So now it's working well. So again, just move these into position where I would like them to be. And I hope you're noticing the big dashed line, which is showing where the jump stitches are, right? So we had it stitch this second part like this, and it ended here, and then it jumped way over here to start. Well, I can fix that. Watch. When I have that green bow tie selected, I can drag it right over here, and the jump stitch is gone. So again, if we would do the stitch simulator, go like this and that, oopsie, all the way around like that. See what it did at the very end? It went with a single stitch to there and then a bean stitch back. So now we're ready right here to do this straight area. So again, clicking on this, which is create, draw with points, start here, hold down my shift key and go right up to here. And then, oops, I've got to right click to end it, and then I can make it stitches just like that. Perfect. So my last thing ended right here. So what I can do now is I can just go over here and get this draw with points and draw here, 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 click to end it, and I'm going to make that a run, but I'm going to make it simply a single run like that. Then I'm going to start here back to my bean. So I'm going to go like here, here, shift, shift, around the circle, shift, 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 around a curve, shift, shift, and round the curve to here and end it. And then make that, we'll go back to the bean stitch for that. and the 3-pass bean. And I need to fix this line. And let's see how that's going to work now. Should work perfectly. So we're going to go all through the beginning stuff again quickly till we get to here. Notice, let's go now here. Notice that's well, it went too fast. Let's go back. Okay, notice right here it's going to be a single stitch, not a bean stitch. So it's coming up bean, see it double back on forth on itself. Then it's a single stitch, and then it starts the bean again. And we didn't need another bean here because there was one already. Okay, it's going to end right here, and then we have the circles and the heart to do. Okay, if you look here, you can see that the head ended right here. Remember, the red bow tie is where it ends, the green bow tie is where it begins. So from this bow tie, I'm going to go to this circle. So I'll come up here to this area up here. There's this drop down menu, grab the circle, hold down my shift key because that will make a perfect circle just like that. Now it doesn't matter if it matches that circle exactly because nobody's really going to see that circle. So once this is done, I can put the run stitch on by coming up here, and you can see how long that run stitch or the jump is. And I believe that's long enough that it is going to be cut. So I'm going to take this bow tie and move it down here. So when it does that, it's going to stop here, and I can go to this next circle. So I'll come up here and draw another one out by holding out my shift or down my shift. Bring that right here. I can bring my start here if I want to, and my stop, whoopsie, stop down here so I can go to this one next. So again, I'll get another circle, draw it out, and get my bow tie that's red to stop it over here, and draw one more out. And then the rest of the circles on the other side I'll do later. But I did want to do the heart for you because I did that a little bit different. So there's that. So I'm going to make it stop over here so it can get close to the heart, but not, you know, on top of it. Because I do want that jump to cut. So for the heart now, all I did was come up here to our library. And I have the Merrowly, the patch maker. That's why this will pop up. You won't see this box. So then it's going to open up, and I don't know which one of these drop down things it will open up in for you. So you want to go to outlines and scroll down until you see the hearts. And there's all the different hearts that you can get. I just used this one here. I double clicked on it to bring it in, and then I started squishing it down by using one of the corner boxes like we do, holding down my shift key to move that. Okay, holding down my shift so I can bring this around. And I can make it a little bit smaller yet and twist this so it's going the same angle, and make it smaller. See if that's about the same size. Just about. Twirl it a little bit more. That's pretty good. So I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to be happy with that. So almost. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this. I'm going to come up here to the fill. Look at that. It fills it automatically with stitches just like that. These yellow things toggle the angle at which the stitches go. I'm going to make mine a little less dense because this whole thing is pretty not very dense. So actually it would have come in around 4.5, which is quite dense. At least that's what it came in for me originally. So I went ahead and changed my density. Now as you up your density, what that means is you're increasing the amount of space in between the stitching lines. So right now it's the density is 4.5 points, I guess. I'm going to go up here to 11 and you'll see. So the density now is measuring how much space there is, how dense the space is between the lines of stitching. So I'm going to leave mine about 7, I think. Just willy-nilly trying something. Remember, as Lisa Shaw always says, do your stitch out so that you can learn from them. The other thing I wanted to do was this. Originally, travel edge was off. And you see how that looks sort of messy? So I decided I'd put travel edge right here on, just like that. and that is good. So I'm going to change its color though, because I want it to be the same color as what we've been using. So when you click on the little color chip, and I want to go to palettes because I want to choose the same red I've been using all along, and say OK. All right, let's see how this is going to go now, and then I think we're done for today because I don't believe you need to see me stitch out any more of these circles. So let's go to, if I hit the letter A, that makes all of it visible. Don't forget now, if you want to see your hoop but you don't see your hoop, you can always hit the letter H. That'll bring the hoop up or make it invisible. Just hit the H. All right, so let's now go ahead and watch this with a stitch simulator, and then we'll call it a day. So I'll make it a little speedier maybe, and maybe scroll in just a little bit more. There you go. And you can see that it's doing the bean stitch, and it's doing the bean all the way around. This is so much fun, you guys. If you haven't tried this yet, I highly recommend it. And actually the stitch outs turn out really cute as well. You know, it'd be cute to make like even a quilt or something with these on it, or a baby bib, or a dog collar, or a little pocket book. I can see all kind of ways we could use these. So there it's going up at the top, and now it's going to do that single stitch to the left, and then some more bean. And if you have a machine like mine that cuts jump stitches, it will cut all of these jumps. You will not have any that you'll have to cut because we have them far enough apart. Remember in the very beginning of the video I showed when I had the jumps too close together, that's when my machine did not know that it was supposed to cut those. And here comes the bit of the heart. First comes the underlay, and then the fill. That's it. I hope you like this. Check it out. Also, I have a lot of other videos on using Embrilliance, and if you're in the market to buy it, I have a link for you down below. So thanks again. Bye.